that everyone has done a video already about this situation that happened with this man who appears to be a black man with this Caucasian woman, and they were taking pictures. This is part 2 of their pre-wedding session, and I wasn't able to find part 1. If someone knows about part 1, you can go ahead and email. My email is in the description. I would love to see that. But as far as this, I think everyone has drugged this man for doing this. I think people were shocked that he would do it the most, of course. And then I'm not too shocked that the bride would actually do this. It's not that shocking. And also, people were shocked about the photographer. Now, depending on who this photographer is, if this photographer looks like the bride, I'm not surprised. But if they don't, I'd be very surprised. But, hey, they decided to get their bag. You have someone out in a field. You have a woman with a bonnet on, because we've been talking about bonnets for weeks now. And you have a man in some type of costume. They're in costume, and he has chains on, and he's smiling, and he is finding his freedom, I guess, through this woman. He is happy that he can get out of the field, not to escape slavery, not to escape oppression, not to liberate his people, not to run back to his people, but to run into the arms of a snow squirrel. I heard somebody say snow squirrel. So I'm going to use that term, snow squirrel. Now, this picture, I guess she has the key to his freedom. She's the key to his freedom. And this is not shocking, because if you have heard Quincy Jones, Nick Cannon, he was actually sitting down with a man saying that a lot of the entertainers, a lot of the athletes, a lot of the people that you see with money, the reason why they will go ahead and they will get with a white woman or a non-black woman is because some of them associate black women with poverty, which that's not the woman's fault. That's actually the quote unquote leader's fault. And also, they feel like that these women can get them into certain places of power. They'll be less threatening, so they can ease their way in and get some power, some money, and try and sustain themselves, right? So that's what was said. And also, if you hear Quincy Jones and his take on it, basically this was reparation, this was liberation, this was like meeting God for the first time when they were able to be with these women. So yeah, mental illness. And then you see him bowing down to Mother of Jesus, kissing the snow squirrel's hand. I still see the chains. I don't know if the chains are unlocked now or what. But yeah, that's basically the pictures that got out that created this whole storm, which it wasn't really a storm, because are we surprised now with everything that has been said? All you have to do is go on TikTok and you will see the toxic mentality of this. But I did want to say that I believe that this man is from the Dominican Republic or Cuba. I can't quite remember where they said he was from, but he's from that area. So when you get a good look at him, because he's a physical trainer, you can see that he has, looser textured hair, and he has the phenotype, even though he is black, of like Amara La Negra, just lighter and a little bit more mixed. I believe that he thought that this was okay because this is depicting American chattel slavery. I believe that he feels like he is not 100% and completely black. So that's why he had no problem doing what he was doing, because he is it's almost like a joke. It's almost like, he's detached. Because how could you look at yourself and be a black person and then call yourself going to any field and reenacting this for a wedding shoot? I don't care if it was business or they decided to pay him to do this or whatever it was. If this is really his woman, or if it's a business transaction, I don't see how you can look yourself in the mirror and do this. But I do believe, because he is from the islands and he does not see himself as a black American, he may have felt like this was a black American thing and that he is far removed because the admixture in his blood. So therefore he was very comfortable doing this as if it's role play, because he does not see himself as black. Which is okay, which is fine, because we don't need any more fuckery and foolery like this out there. But honestly, this is not shocking, because I have been doing these videos and I have said in several of them that the one thing that black people are going to see is other black people just embarrassing themselves, and sometimes we put that on ourselves, like, oh, not another one that looks like us, or let this not be a black person. I from time to time say that as well. But yeah, this is degrading. I don't care if he feels like he has an attachment to black or not. For her to be sitting up here smiling and okay with that, this is what I talk about when I say they are perfectly fine. It doesn't matter if they're old, middle-aged, young, children, babies. They are really okay with their history. That's why nothing has been done to give restitution for what they've done, because they are actually proud of it. But when it's on display to the world, like the decision not to include slavery and talk about this within your public schools, they like to gloss over it. They really don't talk about it at all. I certainly didn't remember, but they celebrate it every year on the 4th. Christopher Columbus has a day. They celebrate the Southern Confederacy. I mean, they were marching when the first statue was taken down. They were marching in protest when the Confederate flag was going to come down. I personally didn't want it to happen, because I want America to proudly display who it is and what it is. So this Black Lives Matter Boulevard taking down statue means nothing to me. I'm actually very sad that it's being taken down, because that's how they try and hide their history and hide their pride. This is their pride. They're proud of the genocide. They're proud of the slavery. They're proud of what they've done here, even though what they've done is horrendous and deeply, deeply disturbing. And that's why she can sit there in that picture and smile and twist it in her mind as if this is something romantic. And he is so mentally done. He is just mentally done for. I wouldn't trust him with a damn animal of mine, that he would actually not have a reaction to putting on chains and doing that. And that's why I feel like he didn't, because he removes himself from any blackness that was in his family, and he's not all the way black, right? But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.